Hi everybody, Homer Sherrist here, and it's sure looking like a great day outside today around here. The sun is shining and it's just beautiful out there. So we'll get this video done here. What I want to do today is just spend a little bit of time here talking about the wood plane and some of the maintenance that goes along with the wood plane, as well as the different parts to the plane. So what we'll do, we'll just step right into it. Basically, there's three types of wood planes. You have the little block plane, sometimes referred to as a pocket plane, which very conveniently fits in a pouch of a carpenter and has many uses as you go throughout the day at your job, such as like just truing up fittings to make your miters just fit perfect, or maybe just taking a little hump off of something, or all kinds of these things, putting a quick edge, a little beveled edge on something or whatever. But that's what your little block plane is all about. Then you have the jack plane. This is a little bit bigger plane, and this here will vary in length right from about 12 inches to 17 inches. This one here is a little more functional for bigger jobs, this type of thing, for maybe truing up a cabinet door, or maybe taking a hump off the side of a passage door. Once again, putting a quick bevel on the edge of something works great for that. Then you have the big boy. You have the jointer plane, and just as it stands, it's made for jointing, long joints, truing up the full side of a door, for instance, a passage door, to make it fit into the opening, or anything of any length of such, and that's what this one's all about. So I'll just put them off to the side, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to just dismantle this jack plane here for a minute, just to show you of the different parts that we have. Now right off the bat, what we'll do here, I should just take a screwdriver here. Okay, right off the bat, looking at this part of the plane, we have a little lever here. This is called the tilt lever of the blade. And we'll show you how to adjust that a little bit later in the program here. And from there we have the blade itself. This is what's referred to as a blade. This is what does the cutting. This is what's sharp. And that's what that is. You have the cam lever. This is referred to as the cam lever. This is what locks the blade down into the plane itself. Then you have the lever, I've got it written down here so I don't forget anything, the lever cap itself, and that's what this is. The entire piece here is a lever cap. You have the knob, of course, then you have the cutting depth adjustment, is this little knob in behind here, which can be turned and adjusted, which will determine the depth of your cutting blade. Then you have, believe it or not, you have a frog. This is the frog right here. This piece of casting inside the plane here, which houses this lateral adjustment. You have the depth adjustment. Your blade screws down to it. The whole works is based on that piece of the plane, the frog. Then you have the main body of the plane. Everything left remaining, other than you have a hand grip here. All this part in here is called the sole of the plane. This right in here. Now, we're going to look at a little bit of maintenance here for the plane. Just because you go out and buy a brand new plane doesn't mean to say that it doesn't require some truing up and some maintenance to give you a perfect job when planing or trying to do the job that you want to do with it. Right off the bat, I would suggest that you take it all apart like this here, turn it over, and check the bottom of your plane to see how true it is. Put a straight edge along it and see if you can see. If you see any daylight at all, in underneath that your straight edge, that base has got to be trued up. Now the way that is done is just simply by putting stapling or gluing a piece of sandpaper down to a flat board, taking your plane and just going back and forth on that. And once the entire base of that sole is shiny, you know you have a true. It can be rechecked once again with this here, and you can determine just where you're at with it. But until the daylight is all gone between that straight edge and the sole, you must continue to sand it down so it is perfectly true. You'll also notice right in here you have the opening of the sole. That's where your blade goes through. This here too requires some attention too. This should be perfectly square. When your plane is all apart like this here, you can take a file and square that up. It takes very little to do that, but it is important to have that squared off. Now the actual blade itself, this has to be trued up too, and is normally done on an oil stone with a little bit of cutting oil on it. Held to the angle that you have. Just keep working it until you see that it is entirely nice and true right across the whole surface. Along with that, you have this your blade iron here that has to be also trued up. This has to be flat and that, so it sits right flat on that blade to make sure that chips and cuttings don't end up going underneath. This here is to solve that problem, as well as stiffen the blade so it stays nice and firm all the time. This too can be trued up on that oil stone, the same as what you've done with this here. Now when you put this onto the blade, you have a special dimension there that you should be using, and we'll just put that right back in. The distance between the end of your blade, between the end of your blade and this here cap should be about a 16th to about a 32nd to a 16th of an inch. So almost right to the end of that to give you the best performance. Once you have it set at that there, you just turn it over, tighten the screw down. Whoops, it has moved on me. There we are, and it should be parallel with the cutting edge of the blade. Now what we can do is reassemble things, and how that works with the beveled edge down in a jack plane is how that operates. So you just put that back into the frog here, and you'll have a little notch here. Make sure that everything is in its proper location when you do insert that again. Then again, you put your cam lock on here to hold the blade in firmly. Just roughly straighten that up. Lock the cam in, and there's your blade. Now, if you were to turn this over to adjust your blade itself for the depth, for instance. Okay, what you will do is turn this knob here in the back of the frog, which will cause the blade to go down. Now, as we look at it here, our blade is not parallel with the opening. So this is where this lever comes in underneath the whole system here. You just turn your plane upside down, look down the groove, and move this lever from side to side, and you'll see that it changes the angle on that blade with the opening on the plane. What you want to do is get it perfectly parallel with that opening, and that'll give you the best results. Now the actual plane itself, you want it just sticking out of the opening to give you just a nice fine job as you plane your surface. So completes the adjustments and the parts of the plane. And so from here on, I guess it's all up to you, just how you want to do it. You might want to just have a look at your planes and just see how true they are and how they are really performing, because unless they are in real good shape as what we're showing you here, they probably will not perform like they should. So thank you very much.